Okay, welcome. My name is Mr. Cleophas. I'm your tutor of the day. I thank you for those who have been subscribing to my YouTube channel and encourage many to continue subscribing as you get these materials which will help you in your exam. So I want to do a Kastner past paper question. So I'm doing Advanced Auditing and Assurance. So Advanced Auditing and Assurance is the question I'm doing, and I'll do September 2015. Question number 1. But part B, previously I done part A. So those who watched the previous video, you ensure you watch also this other video to finish up on this question number 1. So I read the question, that's September 2015, question number 1B. It says you are an audit manager in Hasibu and Company working on the audit of Safari Group. The group whose financial year ended on 31st March 2015. This is the first time you have worked on group audit. The draft consolidated financial statements recognize profits before tax of 600 shillings, that is 600 shillings and the n million, so 600 million shillings. In 2014, profit before tax was 900 million shillings, and total assets of 900 million shillings. In 2014, the total assets was 820 million shillings. The group manufactures equipment used in telecommunication industry. Goodwill of 100 million shillings is recognized in the group statement of financial position, having arisen on several business combinations over the last few years. An impairment review was conducted in March 2015 by the Group Finance Director, from which an impairment of 5 million is to be recognized in respect of goodwill. The Group Finance Director has prepared a file documentation to support the results of the impairment review, including notes on the assumptions used, his calculations and conclusions. He made the following comment. So here is the comment. It says, I don't think you need any evidence other than the one that is contained in my file. The assumptions used are straightforward, so you need to look into them in detail. The assumptions are consistent with how we conducted impairment reviews in previous years, and your firm has always agreed with the assumptions used. So you can check that back to last year's audit file. All of the calculations have been checked by the head of group internal audit department. That is the end of the quote. Then the question continues and says, the group finance director has also informed you that 2 members of the sales team are suspected of paying bribes in order to secure lucrative customer contracts. The internal audit team were alerted of this when they were auditing cash payments and found significant payments to several new customers being made prior to the contract being signed. The director has asked if Hasibu and Company could perform a forensic investigation into the alleged bribery payment. Required Roman 1. Discuss how professional skepticism should be applied to the statement made by the Group Finance Director, which is 2 marks. Part 2. Explain the principal audit procedures to be performed on the impairment of goodwill, which is 6 marks. Part 3, recommend 2 procedures to be used in performing a forensic investigation on alleged bribery payments, which is again 6 marks. So let's start with part 1. Part 1 says, discuss how professional skepticism should be applied to the statements made by the group finance director. So the first thing, you need to understand what is this professional skepticism. So professional skepticism, it is the attitude of doubt by the auditor when doing the audit that frauds and errors could be present in the financial statements, or that we have some material misstatements in the financial statements. And this professional skepticism will help auditor, or it is applied by the auditor to enable him obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence regarding the financial statements and the matter in discussion. So I'll explain this. So I'll write first for those who are following very keenly so that they can get everything. This is the attitude of doubt by the auditor when carrying out an audit of financial statements that there are, or that frauds and errors are present or that financial statements, they are misstated, So then you need to explain further and say it requires auditor to examine financial statements in details and obtain sufficient and appropriate evidence to enable him give his opinion, stroke conclusion on the financial statements. So that is what was expected in part 1 of the question. So we go to part 2. Explain the principal audit procedures to be performed on the impairment of goodwill. The principal procedures. This is where we have seen goodwill of 100 million is recognized in group statements. So what will you perform as the auditor when doing the audit? So 1, ascertain for the mathematical accuracy goodwill. Another thing is the auditor, when doing the audit, and this is goodwill, you remember you need to ascertain whether the assets of the company have been checked and valued according to the standards. So ascertain whether company assets have been valued in accordance with the standards, or with international standards on international standards, the international accounting standards, the IAS. Remember, if it is goodwill, another thing is the auditor need to do, confirm whether it has been disclosed in the financial statements. So determine whether adequate disclosures they have been made in the consolidated financial statements. Adequate disclosures have been made in relation to the goodwill Then we must also check whether it has been tested for impairment. And we were told an impairment review was conducted in March 2015 by the Group Finance Director, from which an impairment of 5 million is to be recognized in respect of the goodwill. So there was impairment. You can also determine whether impairment on goodwill was correctly done, and they needed just, it was 6 months, they needed 3 points. I've given 1, 2, 3, 4, so those are enough. Then we can proceed to the last part of this question. Recommend 2 procedures to be used in performing a forensic investigation on alleged bribery payment. So I'll do that part 2 here. Two procedures on these alleged bribery payments. 2 procedures to be used in performing a forensic investigation on alleged bribery payment. One of the procedure what I'll do regarding this bribery payment, I need to gather enough evidence. So one of the procedures gathering sufficient evidence to be, or in relation, may say gathering sufficient evidence to obtain evidence on the suspected fraud or bribery payments. So you need to gather evidence regarding to that. Then you can continue and say the evidence can be gathered through review of records, interviewing company employees, recalculating or performing recalculations, etc. Another procedure or another thing I should do is reporting to the appointing authority. Reporting to the appointing authority. On the amount of loss suffered, amount of financial loss suffered by the company, the fraud scheme used, and recommendations, and give recommendations on how to avoid similar frauds from occurring in the future. Similar frauds from occurring in the future. So that is what was expected to get the 6 marks. I want to thank all of you for watching. I want to thank my viewers, my students, also those who are sharing my videos, because I have many people sharing all my videos to different institutions. I've realized most of the colleges of late, they are using my videos, and I can tell you for free, you can never go wrong with these videos. I am trying to explain in a simple language to make the concept sink and to make you understand these concepts. So ensure that you also share with other people to make them view these videos. And I know by the end of the day, we are going to reach somewhere. We are going to manage this big issue of CASNEB exams. People have been saying CASNEB exams, they are not easy. I'm here to show you how the auditing can be easy, how also QA is made easy through my channel, and also management accounting is made easy through my YouTube channel. So thank you so much for that, and continue subscribing. Let's meet in the next session, or continue watching my YouTube channel to get more materials with respect to auditing, and in section 4, that is auditing and assurance. Those who are doing fundamentals in auditing, ATD 3, I'll also be doing some questions in that area. Those who are doing advanced auditing and assurance, keep on following, subscribing to my channel, and viewing the videos I'm uploading all the time, most of the time. Also doing QA, quantitative analysis, section 4, which is going to be changed also. And those who are doing any statistics paper, most QA is covering the bachelor's, most of statistics 1, statistics 2, operation research. Please ensure you also subscribe and watch my channel. Those who are also doing management accounting in section 2, be ready to get good materials again. So guys, you can find me through my YouTube channel. You can find me also physically. You can give me a call if you need any assistance apart from the whatever you're getting from the YouTube. You can talk to me through my number 0714 023 691. You can get me, you can WhatsApp, or you can call. So I've been receiving many calls, many messages through WhatsApp. Keep on, and I've been assisting those who have been calling. I've met some of them. Others I'm yet to meet them, and I know soon I'll be meeting more and more. And those who have come, we have come into contacts, they can tell you for free how good it has been to discuss and to make the things work for them. My name is Mr. Cleophas. I'm a CPAK. I'm also have done my bachelor's degree I did in finance. The other things, I'm also continuing with my education. I'm also doing other courses. I've also done IT, that is, I've done computer engineering. So please ensure that you follow whatever I'm giving. I know I'm giving what can help you in case of your exam. So if you also have any problem with the tax in your company, consult me. I can also assist in that. I'm a tax consultant. I'm also an auditor, and I've been previously here in a real estate company where I've been the assistant finance manager. So in matters to do the finance, I am well conversant and I'm well equipped in that area. You can consider just getting in touch with me. My firm is called Cliff Sam Consultants. You can just hook up with me and you can get assisted in tax, accounting matters, and auditing matters. I have been also an auditor. That's where I was attached as an auditor. I've worked in audit firms where I gained the experience. So guys, you are dealing with the right person to give you the right information. Thank you so much. Let's meet in my next video. Welcome.